Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are so excited to welcome Craig Cochrane to the show, the founder and creative director of your own custom clothing line.
Yes, that's
Well,
right.
look at
that.
Thank you so much.
The show,
Good to
my
see you.
friend.
Thank you.
So
Hi.
handsome.
We want to give a
Right?
special thank you to Kent Steedman for the introduction. He connected us to you. Tell us a little bit about your journey to creating this business for yourself.
Yeah, so long story short, I was actually living in China when I was probably 23. And because I have such long arms, China, they're well known for, making clothing, they have thousands of fabrics. So, because I have a big chest, I look a lot like Lou Ferrigno. So nothing would fit me. So when I was living in China, we had some clothing made, and when I came back to the US and I was wearing that clothing, people would always ask me, where'd you get that? Because it was one of a kind, because you choose your fabric, you choose the design, you choose the fit. So, fast forward 3 or 4 years, I thought maybe I could make a business of this, because I'm obviously good at choosing fabrics and design and helping people look good. So again, fast forward another couple of years, I started telling people this is what I do. I make clothing and help you look great and feel great. And it just started from there. And now we have clients. A lot of clients are just via text now. A lot of repeat clients like, hey, I need a blue suit or whatever, something cool. Send me images of fabrics. I mean, that's technology today. It's so cool because once I have their sizes, it's just I have clients in Russia. He orders shirts and suits from me just via text. It's a
Custom
great
suits
tool.
on demand.
Yeah. Wow.
And I mean,
Easy.
you've got some of the most beautiful fabrics here.
Yeah.
You've got 70 of these?
I've got about 7 of these books, and then a whole nother collection. Like, it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't know what I want. So what a great idea.
What's
is
really
to,
hot right now? What colors? I mean, obviously traditional is always good, but what's hot? What's the new trends?
Well, I don't focus on what's in fashion, because what's in fashion for a 20-year-old might not be right for myself. So what I love to do is bring the fabrics to the clients, and as they look through, they'll see something that catches their eye that you would never have thought of. You know what I mean? Like, you can go to a store and look and everything's right there, but as you flick through, your client might say, oh my God, I love that. I got to have that. So I usually go client by client. If someone asks me what's in fashion, I'll ask them more about their lifestyle.
It's really interesting to focus on really creating a personal statement and a personal style as opposed to following a trend.
Right.
And you obviously have become an expert in doing that and helping curate that for people.
Sure.
What is that about you and your eye that gives you the ability to do that?
I get the branding thing and the big, Tom Ford, the Xenias, but I always knew that I have a good eye with fashion and fabrics, and I can make these for myself. So I don't, a Gucci guy today, you have 20 Gucci guys and they all look the same because they're all wearing Gucci. And I get that, they want to be represented by Gucci. But I never had that because I've always been into fashion and I've always wanted to create my own statement. You know what I mean? Even though, like, someone might like a Tom Ford suit, and I love Tom Ford, big lapel. So I can, create that look.
So let's talk about, like, did you always work for yourself? And because there's some people who go, oh, I could do that, I could go out and make suits for people. But to get clients, to manage it, to do all that, it takes a pretty advanced mindset. Were you in business your whole life for yourself?
No, I was basically a hairdresser back in the day. I was always about
the great hair.
Yeah.
Right.
I was always about image and helping people look good and feel good about themselves. So
So you had that Rolodex of all those clients to begin with.
Well, no, it was a bit of a challenge to get clients, but it's always, you're always looking for clientele, you know what I mean?
Well, he's a walking billboard, so any person who wants to step in the street and say,
helps.
hey,
Yeah.
I want to do what you're doing.
Right.
You
I-
figure
Rob,
it
this is
out.
this is your calling.
He looks great.
So
He
many
knows what he's
people,
doing.
I take
talk
notes
about-
off this guy.
Yeah, right?
You mentioned on your website about first impressions, and they are everything. And you said 95% of a person's first impression is the clothes that you're wearing.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, when you meet someone, they're representing themselves. The minute you see them, if they're in t-shirt and shorts, they're like the more of a casual game, you know what I mean? And I get that. They might be real estate agents or whatever. They're trying to downplay it. But I think when you wear something that makes you feel great, it just helps you, it just gives you a great feeling and you feel more confident and a little bit more powerful. When you put on nice clothing, it just gives you a feeling. You know what I mean? If I put on a t-shirt and jeans,
It changes the perception of yourself
Yeah.
and the perception of the people have around you.
Right.
Whether it's, from your clothes or your accessories, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I would go as far as saying, just because you're wearing a suit, don't have that big ego, like, I'm super powerful, I'm better than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get intimidated if you're wearing a nice suit, but I try not to use that, because I do wear a casual sneaker with my suits. You can't see them, but just the downplay.
Rob
give it a
doesn't wear
little-
socks with his suit.
No sock life. No sock life.
Hashtag no sock
So
life.
I love that suit sneaker, combination. Give it that sporty feel, because a lot of people don't like the word suit. Like, I don't wear suits anymore.
Why is
Well,
that?
I think it just gives that impression, like, I don't need to. I'm past that. I'm not working in banking. But as we were saying before, you can definitely. I say to them, "Well, do you wear clothing?"
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah.
Start
I wear
there.
clothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
start there. So let's do a combination, like shirt, a shirt, blazer, and pant combination.
At Soho House, they don't even allow suits in Soho House. I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. But you could do all kinds of things. Like yesterday, we had a beautiful guest that had on a pants and a shirt, and they matched. So it wasn't like a jacket that matched pants,
Right.
but it was brilliant. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, you can wear, even if I was wearing a t-shirt right now, it plays it down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be formal with a tie. You got to make it fun, and you got to feel. It's got to feel right.
Well, it's all about those glasses. I think that it
really
it's like
is.
all about the glasses.
Yeah.
I love when you said convenience is key, but personal style is king.
Yeah. So it is convenient because, as I was saying before, once I have clients and the repeat clients, it's very easy with technology today to reorder via text. Send me, hey, Craig, I need a new blazer. I want a pink hop sack blazer, let's say. I'll send a picture of the fabric, and they'll say, yes, that looks great. Go ahead and make it, right? So that's the convenience. But having your own, like people who love, let's say Gucci again, right? They want to feel that, like I like them to come up with their own statement with what they're wearing and their own style. So people are like, oh, who are you wearing? And it's like, well, I designed it. I came up with it.
Oh, I love
You know what I mean?
that.
So
Very
how do
empowering.
you help people do that? Because I think that's one of the greatest things that I learned too, is just being able to sort of define a signature style for yourself. But it can be a little tough because I think we're often very limited and myopic because we just do what we've always done.
Right.
Right. We wear what we've always worn.
Sure.
So how do you help people find their signature style?
So, like I was saying before, the best way to do that is when we meet, I show them a whole array of fabrics, and they'll go through and they'll literally say, oh, I can't stand that. Like, they'll tell me, and I'll get an idea after a couple of minutes of what they do and don't like. And sometimes, again, they don't know, but they might see that and be like, oh my God, that's so me. And that gives me a good indication of what they're like as a person. So I'll show them more fabrics that go along with that. So some people will hate that, some people will love that. Do you know what I mean? So you, as the client, really, you define yourself and find yourself in the fabrics, because it will speak to you. You know what I mean? That's how I even do it. Depends on the season and how I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
So how do people work with you? Where do they find you? How long does it take to have the suits made?
It takes around 5 weeks, and then how they find me? A lot of word of mouth. Craig.Cochrane.design on Instagram, or CraigCochraneDesign.com on the internet, and it's a lot of word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Or look for that hair on Robertson Boulevard.
I do get asked a lot about the hair, because I used to be a hairdresser, so I know the tricks.
So you have to have good hair.
You have to have good hair. But just having good hair.
And some volumizing mousse
Well,
helps a lot.
you don't have any. Well, you have you cut it off.
Yeah.
But it's about blow drying.
Oh, that's a
100
secret.
That's the secret. Because listen, if I come out the shower and it's wet, it doesn't just dry like this. You got to dry it up. You know what I mean? It's all. So I love that, and helping people. Like, so many guys will stop me and say, "How do you make your hair look like that?" And I just tell them, "There's no secret. Well, there's one secret. It's a hairdryer, and that's it. Go upside down, flip, dry it upside down to get the volume." Then
I think that that actually speaks to another point, which I think is sometimes overlooked when it comes to fashion or aesthetics in general, is that they're great conversation openers.
Yeah.
Right? That the hair, the clothes, the way that you look, the way that you show up, not only makes you feel good,
Right.
and then sort of elicits this response from other people,
Oh, yeah.
that then is reflected back to you, so it allows the conversation to happen. But also sometimes just a signature piece or signature look,
Signature look,
in and of
yeah.
itself is a conversation opener.
Absolutely,
yeah.
that's very interesting. A lot of the times that I get approached, it's about what I'm wearing. Oh, beautiful dress. I love those shoes. And it creates the conversation. Oh, tell me about you.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all your time.
of
I would
course.
love to somehow, my mind goes to how can we get the suits that the guys aren't wearing anymore and donate them to maybe some men that can't afford some nice suits. So maybe we can have that conversation.
Yeah, it's a
So
great idea.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
all
yeah,
your work.
tink you for your
Thank
time.
you so much.
Thanks so
We'll be
much.
back with more on Good Morning La La Land.